Did you ever consider politics or anything like that?
No, Stephen, I never did consider politics. I'm an actor. That'll do it. I guess I've been doing this long enough that I know just about everything about me.
The media loves to catfish people, especially when they get old. But they did not realize what they were getting into the moment they tried that playbook with a veteran like Morgan Freeman. Starting off with this Larry King's question to Morgan Freeman while he was on his show.
If this London thing works, they got Washington, they got London, supposing it's going to be Moscow or Paris or something, would you do number 3?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Every successive one pays a little better.
Most celebrities would pretend to be humble and give some polished answer. But Morgan stayed honest and said exactly what everyone else secretly thinks.
Are you saying that you do some things for money?
Yes.
Morgan.
Huh?
It's an art.
Yes. But I don't want to die a pauper because art, you know. I mean, I was thinking about friends of mine like Modigliani, Van Gogh, Monet. Monet didn't die a pauper, but
Van Gogh did.
Yeah, Van Gogh did, and Modigliani did.
Yeah, but you're beyond pauperdom, aren't you?
Well, yeah, but you know what the problem we have is living up to our income.
Nobody is out here dreaming of dying broke. Building wealth has always been the end game, from ancient kings to today's CEOs. And speaking of money, Don Lemon tried steering the conversation toward race and income. And wow, Morgan's clapback was a masterpiece.
Do you think that race plays a part in wealth distribution, or either a mindset that you can't or
Today?
cannot? Yeah.
No.
You don't?
No, I don't. I don't. Hey, you and I, we're proof. Why would race have anything to do with it? Put your mind to what you want to do and go for that. It's kind of like religion to me. It's a good excuse for not getting there.
Yeah.
But Don pushed further, claiming he was tired of talking about race. And once again, Morgan calmly handed him a lesson he won't forget.
You know, I said, and it's probably get me in trouble, but I said to some of my colleagues recently, so I know that it's an issue, but it seems like every single day on television I'm talking about race, and it's because of the news cycle, it's in the news, but sometimes I get so tired of talking about it, I want to just go, this is over, can we move on?
And if you talk about it, it exists.
Right.
Yeah. It's not like it exists and we refuse to talk about it, but making it a bigger issue than it needs to be is the problem we have.
As if that wasn't risky enough, Mike Wallace shot a dagger disguised as a question.
Black History Month, you find
ridiculous.
Why?
You're going to relegate my history to a month?
Oh, come on.
What do you do with yours? Which month is White History Month? No, well, come on, tell me.
Well, I'm Jewish.
Okay, which month is Jewish History Month?
There isn't one.
Oh, why not?
Yeah.
Do you want one?
No.
I don't either.
That's why Morgan doesn't get flustered when Conan tries to slip in a cheeky trap.
You so revered as an actor. Who are the actors that you really love the most? Who inspires you as a...
Every actor who works inspires me. I'm a big thief.
And he doesn't just dodge traps. He dismantles confusion. In another sit-down, when the topic veered back into race talk, the kind the media loves to complicate, Freeman brought clarity like only he can, slicing through the noise with plain truth.
Here's a heavy question. Where do you feel like we are in race relations in America 50 years after the I Have a Dream speech?
Yeah, I'm like everybody else. I think we've come quite a long way, but we had so far to go, and we still have quite a ways to go in race relations in this country. And I expect that by the time we've solved that problem, we will have developed others. So, life goes on.
Hats off indeed. Years later, his words still hit just as hard, which is probably why Jimmy Kimmel thought he could poke the wise old man persona and get away with it. That was a mistake.
At age 87, do you feel like you get wiser as you get older, or does it cap out at a certain age?
I think it just taps out.
It does.
Yeah, right around 80.
Around 80?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, that's not bad.
And then you start on a slope like that.
Uh-huh.
For instance,
Okay.
memory.
You forget things.
Shot.
Really?
I'm telling you.
Short term, long term, both?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jimmy tried a sly setup and suddenly remembered why people joked that Morgan might actually be God. The comeback was so precise, so unbothered, it basically ended the interview.
The President of the United States, the head of the CIA, a colonel, a general, Secretary of State there. Have you been in the Situation Room like more times than Wolf Blitzer, I think? You've done a lot of time in pretend politics,
Yes,
haven't
I
you?
have. I have.
And do you have real politicians approach you and mention these roles to you?
No.
You never do?
You're the only one.
I don't think of myself as a politician, but I appreciate that.
No?
No, I don't. No.
And if you think that was impressive, wait till you see the next moment. The one nobody else would have survived without a publicist and a prayer.
You're also very versatile, just like Zoe. I mean, watching so many roles you both have been in and then seeing you both kind of come together here. You know, how has it been working with someone like Saldana? And do co-stars like Zoe ever, reveal something new about your own craft?
But Morgan gracefully showed how he's not a rookie in the business.
No. I guess I've been doing this long enough that I know just about everything about me.
Okay.
And where I'm capable of going, what I'm capable of doing, and not doing,
And even with all that pressure, he still smoothed the moment out by praising the actress right there on set.
On that same note, getting to work with people whose work you really admire, that's a perk and a half.
Once again, during that interview for Lioness, the host tossed him another tricky question meant to box him in publicly.
Morgan, you are, if not one of the most renowned actors, okay? One of the biggest of all time. You've been on so many sets, and I'm sure with each set you've learned something, but you always learn something new.
Yeah.
So being on this set, right, hopefully. So let me know this. So being on this set with Lioness, is there anything perhaps new that shocked you that you learned on this set that you kind of were shocked you didn't learn on other sets in the previous time?
No.
Okay.
No.
Morgan proved he was 10 steps ahead, neutralizing the tension instantly and shutting the moment down like nothing happened.
I can't imagine going on a set and being shocked by something.
Okay.
Because, your preparation, my preparation, for instance, in working with Zoe and with Nicole, it's watching them work.
Then there's one other thing Morgan definitely had to school the host on.
You learn just about everything you need to.
Yeah.
Michael Kelly has just been all over the place doing all kinds of stuff, and I know Bruce McGill from way back.
Yeah.
So it's going into these situations. This is almost like stepping into new shoes that fit.
Next time they tried to throw a curveball, Morgan doesn't just duck. He redirects it.
Can't you actually be in Washington, D.C.? Wouldn't that be nice if Morgan Freeman was like a powerful person in Washington, D.C.? You're a mountain of dignity. We need that in Washington, D.C. right now. Someone to look up to.
But as flattering as the praise was, Morgan caught the sugar-coated trap immediately and slipped out of it with just a few calm words.
Did you ever consider politics or anything like that?
No, Stephen, I never did consider politics. I'm an actor. That'll do it.
Period. That's a masterclass in using the smallest reply for the biggest impact. But the real curveball came when Morgan displayed pure humility and sharp maturity after being asked about a far younger actor.
Father figures of sort to Batman, to Bruce Wayne, and to watch the evolution of somebody like Christian Bale from, it's been 9 years since you guys have been working with him. Morgan first, just watching his evolution, watching how he's grown as an actor. What's that been like for you to watch him?
Alongside Michael Caine, He praised Christian Bale's work openly, giving the younger star full credit despite their decades in the game.
I don't know. We all hope that we're growing as actors with, each day that passes. I didn't know Chris's work when we first did so. Afterwards, I got to see a lot of the stuff he'd done prior. Like psych.
That one, the psychological. Yeah, I saw that one
Yeah.
too. Yeah. He did some very
guy's
difficult roles.
Awesome. The Machinist.
Yeah.
Golly.
And he always, the last film I saw, before I did the first Batman, the last film I saw him in, he was this skinny little guy like a prisoner or something somewhere, and they were holding him. And on the first day of Batman, in walked Arnold Schwarzenegger, and I thought, how the hell did he do that?
I guess Morgan's lifetime of wisdom makes him the perfect person to field delicate questions like that one.
What got better, what got worse? Because obviously the whole industry, everything, the whole life, the whole world, everything changed.
Yeah, but most of it's changed for the better, I think. There are places in the world where but that's never going to be different. As long as the population of the planet keeps growing, we're going to always have strife. We're going to have issues over resources, always. And that's the bottom line on that.
That interview caused quite a storm, but when another host tried to revive the outrage, Morgan delivered the exact same answer, calm, firm, and impossible to twist.
You also did an interview with Mike Wallace, in which he said to you, why don't you like Black History Month?
Right.
And your answer was?
Well, I asked him, was there a White History Month?
Yeah.
And he says, I'm Jewish. I said, okay. Is there a Jewish History Month? He said, no. I said, do you want one? He said, no. So, well, there's my answer. Why would Black history be relegated to a month? Why isn't Black history just American history? So, no, I'm not for it at all.
Well, how do you feel about it right now today?
I don't feel any different than I always felt. I don't want to be, I just don't like to be singled out like that,
These interviews were 3 years apart, yet Morgan's stance on race never shifted an inch. It's the same energy he carried into that Oxford Union exchange, where an interviewer tried steering the narrative until Morgan gently but decisively took the wheel.
Did you ever face discrimination in your career at the start? Do you still feel that it happens nowadays? I mean, what is your view of the issue of race in Hollywood?
This guy must have thought he was leading the conversation until Morgan schooled him properly.
If you look on television, you pretty much see the range of cultural, that's not the right word because we all belong to the same culture. Anyway, but you see everybody.
And that moment, that was a masterclass in media dismantling.
Ossie Davis directed a movie called Cotton Comes to Harlem. It made hundreds of millions of dollars. And of course, Hollywood is colorblind. It only sees green.
If I were that interviewer, I'd have wrapped it up right there. But no, he tried pushing further, asking another loaded question.
In recent months, years, there's been more and more outspoken actresses talking about the unfair portrayal of women in Hollywood. Do you think that that's fair?
It's the kind of trap most people walk straight into. But not Morgan Freeman.
No, I don't think there is an unfair portrait of women in Hollywood.
Even then, the host still acted like he needed more lecturing.
Hollywood has a duty to project women in a different way to how society might view them, in a more positive light. Well, not even positive, in a different light.
Did he finally learn? Absolutely. Because Morgan closed that conversation with the final word, and the room knew it.
Hollywood only sees it as one duty. Stay in business. Whatever that takes. So they don't get on a social high horse and go, running through the bushes. We make movies to make money to make movies.